Peep my progress. Peep my progress. Take it to the ouvalerie. You want a chance with the young? I want to ruin the weed. Okay, copyright. Hi, my name is Jeff. Welcome to my channel. I'm a wizard. I said it in the wrong order. Yeah, okay, we're going with it. Change needs to happen sometimes. And I really forgot how I say it normally. Anyways, we're doing a card reading. We're going to do some mental health because it's time. I have 4 choices. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And to help us out, because they were lying around, I have some crystals. So group 1 is this rose quartz. Group 2 is this kyanite, nice stone. Group 3 is this clear quartz. You've seen it before. And group 4 is this, I don't know what it is, but it's the world. So it's really cool. Okay, so choose your group, use your intuition. The first card that caught your eye, or the first stone that you were like, that's your group. Go to the timestamps in the description box and then click on that blue link, and then you can immediately go to your reading. Okay, so we'll get into it. Depression. You don't need to be having depression right now to get help from this reading. We're not gonna make it very long. We're not gonna go into depth. So let's just get into it. Group 1. Hello. You chose the rose quartz. Forgiveness. Being soft to yourself, kind. It's not leveled and it's bothering me. Perfectionism, maybe. Obsessiveness. How is it not leveled? Group 1, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's start with these cards. These are 2 optical illusion cards. This is your first card. And probably how you're maybe feeling. Could be a good card for depression. Second card is this. What does it say again? Yeah, so the point is here that this line, A, is as long as this line. But you wouldn't get that, right? Only if you have some sort of autistic hyper brain. Could be cool. Superpowers. Okay. These are these. I'm gonna put this like this. Because he's bicycling. Okay. Right off the bat, there's the problem here of being I just had it right in my head. Like, this is comparing yourself, seeing yourself as way behind, or not realizing, just diminishing yourself. And this is also like you don't see yourself in the best light, or in the right light, I have to say. Not being very nice to yourself. Okay, let's pick some other cards. Using this weird cat tarot because keep the mood light. Bored Bigfoot Billionaire Club. They're always texting. Texting me. Get notification. Alright, for group 1, some help. Please. This is how I pull cards. There's one more here. They were like not visible yet, so I'm going to keep it like that for a second. So I got here. First I said 2 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, yes, 10 of Swords. Yeah, the Devil. Okay, this is like your. This is like your advice, okay? I'm gonna go over it. First of all, stop giving so much. You're overgiving, you need to receive more. The balance is off, okay? You are not a rich person. Maybe you are, but you are not that wealthy or not that abundant in energy or time. you don't even see in what ways you are overgiving, okay? But you need to become much more aware of areas where you are giving a lot more than you are getting back, and that needs to stop. You need to, that needs to get balanced, okay? But like that should be a whole chapter. You just need to be aware of like you're giving more than you're getting back, which is not good. It also has to do with self-worth. Two of Wands, you need to be more defensive. Your boundaries are too weak. And that has to do with that overgiving. It's like you'll let people come do more shit, you'll be more forgiving, you'll give them second chances, 3 chances. When people do shitty things, you'll probably think it's your fault, or you'll think like, well, yeah, but I'll probably have a share in it or something. You are just not defensive enough. You need to be more, you need to protect yourself more in that way. So you need to choose where you are open and allow yourself to be seen, and you need to be more aware where it's better to be closed down and where saying less is better. And in a lot of situations, just holding your mouth or not reacting maybe or showing yourself is really powerful. You need to stand up for yourself more. You need to really you really need to. You gotta learn to feel when a boundary is being crossed, and then put your foot down. Say no. You need to learn to say no, okay? You need to learn to end things, okay? You keep giving people chances, situations chances. You have loyalty to things that you should not be loyal to. Let's say this is a friendship and this person has done, it's not a good friend and it's been going on, and actually it should be over. It should be over. You should put the final sword in, or tree in the cat, and this should be done, the end. But you keep it like hanging on, like half a life. You try to save everything. You try to fix it. It's almost hoarding. Again, this has to do with sort of self-worth and the idea that okay, it's like this. It's like, but this is kind of what your brain does to you. Let's say you have bad friends or bad parents or whatever, and you want to get away from them. When you do take those steps, your brain will just, your fear will flip the logic around and make you think that you're giving up precious things, and like, come on, there aren't. Why would you give up the only friends you have, and they're so rare to find, and you'll never have a friend like that again, maybe? Or you're giving up a good thing, and it's hard in the world. Why should you be so ungrateful to this? Okay, that's a lack mindset. That is thinking there is so little out there that I have to hold on to these shitty things because there's barely any better out there. Okay, but because that's what the belief that's underneath that is preventing you from letting go of things that are done, okay? Yeah, you keep wanting to. I think it's much to do with relationships or something, where people treat you bad, and then you will keep trying to fix it, trying to mend it, and it comes up from a good place, but it also comes from a place of believing that you're afraid that it's your fault and that you're losing something good, and you shouldn't be throwing that away. But that's really wrong. You should defend yourself, stand your ground, and expect better. Okay. Then the next advice is the devil. You need to be a lot more like what she says in this song. It's like, no, is that the song? No, it's another song, which is like, if you're gonna be a bitch, I'm gonna be that bitch. You need to really stop being so nice. Okay, you need to stop being so nice. Stop being such a goody two shoes, or be so afraid of conflict and of being bad. You're allowed to be bad a little bit, and not be nice. Or when you're angry, you're allowed to be sometimes a little snappy and not have it together. I think this has to do with you having relationships or having grown up where in situations where if you messed up or if you would show a lot of emotions maybe, or if you would become angry, it would get shut down and you would get punished for that. So you're very afraid of standing up for yourself because you see it as a damaging thing. Like it will damage the relationship, or it will damage my image, and then people see how ugly I am when I show this. That's wrong. That's what you've been taught, and then it's wrong. It is that is what you tell somebody to shut them down. Okay, if you want to, then you say to them, if you show that ever again, or that's what okay, that's what my parents or my dad used to do. Is when I would get angry as a child, he would immediately react to that, like, see how you're making it worse. Like now you've ruined it for everybody. Are you gonna stay angry? Now you're being awful to everybody, and it's so ugly. Look how ugly you are. Look how nasty you look, and how stupid you look. And you think we care? So all these kinds of things to just devalue that anger, devalue that right to be upset, because basically they're telling you that your anger has no effect, or it's unimportant, or it's even ugly. But then basically just saying you are ugly, because you're reacting like this. Because when it comes up, it's natural. It's you. It comes from here. So when then people are saying, "Look how ugly you are," it's like you want to hide it. So you learn to. It took me so long to learn to get angry or show some anger. Like a couple of jobs ago was the first time that I went a meeting with my bosses and some other important people, and I showed that anger, and it was so surprising for me that instead of it being over, like I thought, like if I open my mouth, that's the end of it. Suddenly the tension dropped, and they respected that, and the communication became a lot more fluent, because first of all, me showing anger is also me showing that I care, and me reacting to, because before that I would just sort of not react and have a poker face. But getting angry means I heard your message, I care about this, and I have something to say. And when you have something to say, then people have something to work with, so that then they know how you feel. And people are not so scared of these things as you think. People are also can take it when you say no, or when you deny them something. It's narcissists that explode when you say no. Those are when you stand up for yourself, or say no, or say like, "Hey, this bothers me, can you not do that?" And then you have somebody who argues. Just stay away from those people. Like if you stand on my toe and I ask you to get off my toe, and you start arguing, no, we do not talk to terrorists. Okay, King of Cups. You need to be a lot more outspoken about your emotions, because you're not doing that. You are just keeping it in, probably damaging yourself, probably finding ways to dampen that, like drugs, alcohol, keeping yourself tired, eating. You're trying to find ways to get rid of these emotions, and because also you're afraid of them, and you need to learn to speak up for them and stand strong in them. That means no shame, no take back seats, no being angry and then being all like, "I wish I hadn't done that. I'm so sorry. I lost it all." Like, don't even. Okay, even if it was ugly, even if it was, even if you were wrong. Okay, don't apologize for being angry. You can apologize later for being wrong, for saying like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I saw it a different way, or I realize now that I'm wrong." But don't apologize for showing anger. See the difference? Okay, then we have our two mystery cards here. The Sun upside down, which is literally depression, and Eight of Swords. So you hide the truth. It's like I'm getting like you rather not say anything, so you don't cause any problems. The less you say, the it's a protective mechanism because you grew up probably in a place where your emotions, your reactions, when you shared yourself, that would be used against you. That was ammo. So you learned instinctively to hide that, to not give that away to people because you know it will come back to you. Like that story with my dad is like if I then would show anger or in a rage say some things, then he would use that to ridicule me. Or it could be weeks after he could still be talking about like, oh, don't get angry, or still laugh at me. So he would use it in other situations to as an argument, which is wrong and like how do you say that? Like logic in errors in logic when you're debating. It's like ad hominems or like it's when I say when I tell you something that I'm upset about and then you attack me as a person. It's like saying like, oh yeah, but you're so sensitive, or but you always get angry. That is wrong because they're not taking they're not listening to what you're saying. They're not taking it seriously. They're not even reacting to it. They're not even like saying like, oh, giving counter arguments. They're just putting it all on you. It's gaslighting. So you've been in this environment where that was necessary, but right now you're closed in. For stopping your emotions gets you depressed. Being ashamed of your emotions, wanting to take it back when it happens, thinking that it's wrong, makes you depressed. That's like the main thing that gives you this awful tension and this because it's self-hate. It's saying, oh my God, what I was terrible. I wish it didn't exist. So of course that makes you depressed. You're basically saying like you're so bad that you shouldn't be there. So you hide yourself, but it's that is keeping you depressed. Okay, showing yourself. Okay, speaking the truth. Yes, it may cause you worries like, oh no, what does this person think of me? Maybe they don't like it. Maybe I have a fight here and there, or especially when you start doing this and you're not used to it, it's gonna come out rocky. Okay, you need to learn to be angry, because being angry doesn't mean yelling or putting a lot of energy on somebody. When you become really good at that side, you don't have to do anything more than say no or say like, I don't like that, because you don't let it get that far. You don't wait until you have to raise your voice to be heard. You recognize it way in advance. It's like, oh no, we're not going to go there. And you become a lot better in expressing yourself. So, and also communicating it to people. So that's something you need to learn. So yes, when you speak the truth and when you show yourself, you might get worried, but these are worries that don't matter. They're, oh no, what do people think of me? Or maybe this person doesn't like me. Well, yeah, a lot of people are not going to like you. That's a battle you can't win. Okay. All these other people have a version of you in their head that is untrue, and they all have a different version. You can't go around changing all these people's ideas of you. There's only one power you have, and that is deciding how you think about yourself and what you feel about yourself. And I will telling you right now, if you speak the truth and if you are honest about what you think and feel, you will feel very proud of yourself, because you're gonna start backing yourself up, and you should never ever be ashamed for having said the truth or for showing how you feel. Never ever. That's a rule you can depend on. So you can decide that you are gonna back yourself up and you like yourself, or you want to like yourself, right? But it's all about what you think. There's only one judgment you should be worried about, and that's your own. Okay, so you need to stop judging these emotions, or stop judging your ideas, or if something doesn't feel good and you're afraid to say it. In the beginning, you don't have to be going for these confrontations, but you do have to tell yourself, You know, like be honest to yourself. Uh, do that. Don't be gaslighting yourself, like coming home after a night and saying like, "Oh, it wasn't that bad," and like they're nice people, they're trying, or you know, like like trying to just be honest. Tell yourself like, "Wow, that sucks. I hated it. Jesus Christ." And I felt bad, and I think those people don't like me, and it sucks. Be honest, okay? Speak up to yourself. Do it, just do that. Look yourself in the eyes in the mirror and be honest, because that's gonna it will make you feel better. The depression will lift, okay? Maybe you'll get a bit more anxiety. Maybe you'll start feeling a little bit more fear and anger and sadness. Yes, but that's way better than being depressed. I promise you. And also remember, discard the devil. Anger is a big step, it's a big improvement from depression, because at least you're moving. At least you are showing yourself. At least you are signaling you're alive. Anger means moving again. Okay, so if you have nothing to go on, and but anger, follow it, and talk to yourself. You need to be listening to yourself. That's step one here. The rest will come by itself, but usually it starts by you not even taking yourself seriously. You are just as important as other people, okay? You are not tainted, you are not bad, you're not deficient, or you're not lacking anything. You are as valuable as the next person. So start treating yourself as you treat other people, because you treat other people way better than yourself. So you're treating it's also, you are like hiding yourself away to accommodate other people and to make them feel better. You rather not be angry about something because you don't want to make that other person feel bad. You rather not say no because you don't want to make him feel bad or her feel bad. You rather not make your ruckus because you want to keep things light. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. It doesn't get you good or better friends. It just makes you sort of it makes people disrespect you, and it makes people use you, and it makes people not want to be interested in you, really. It works the opposite. But this is probably an adaptation or a mechanism you needed to learn to survive at one point, but it doesn't work in the world. It just doesn't. Trust me, I've tried letting other people win, and then nobody wants to hang out with a loser. Because I still do, like I feel bad for winning, because like, let's say I'm a boxer and I have the end, like I'll beat up this guy. I just can't imagine having that, like, yeah, I won. It's like I'll feel bad for the guy lying on the ground, and like I'll be in my head like, do I need to feel good about like hurting somebody? And I don't know, you know what I mean? Like it's weird. Yeah, that was it, group one. Be kinder to yourself. Rose quartz helps. Buy one, wear it, or put it somewhere close to you. Okay, group one, cool. Let's go. Group two, kyanites. It's your stone, and then let's look at your cards. You've got this Jack card, and the text underneath says the eyes follow you. So, but I feel like the eyes look everywhere but at me. Yeah, whatever. And then this, it's kind of cool. Okay. The six of diamonds, and I don't know if you can see that. There are lines in these diamonds, and here they look blue and here they look orange, but actually they're all red. So that's the illusion. So it's like all red lines, but they appear to be having different color in these diamonds. What card did I? No, there. So balance, inequality, This gives me that feeling of like you feel like you're being watched all the time. You feel uncomfortable, or you're on the street alone, or you're just doing things, and you're hyper aware of what you're doing because you feel like people are looking at you, and you're afraid of doing something stupid or looking stupid, or when you do something like silly, you feel kind of like watched, like somebody sees it, or just that watched feeling. It's really typical. It's like it happens to a lot of people who suffer from depression or anxiety. It's I think it comes from being raised when somebody, you would be brushing your teeth, and then somebody would just sort of point it like, oh, look at how stupid you brush your teeth. Oh my God, I've never seen somebody brush their teeth so stupidly. Like it would come out of nowhere, out of left field. Maybe you get bullied. So, and that's typical for bullying, like nothing you can do is right. So they'll just point at like anything, say like, oh, look how stupid that is. And that puts you in this overly vigilant mode of like, don't do anything out of the ordinary, don't do anything silly. And it kind of, and it works badly, because being like this, being aware of yourself actually is a disturbance, because it's like you're on delay, so it makes you more prone to be weird or to be uncomfortable in situations, because you're not trusting your. It's like like you're over. Yeah, but I think it comes from like being people ridiculing you or calling you out on stuff, like just randomly out of nowhere, like you can't predict it. Suddenly you're wearing a t-shirt and that's really weird and bad, and or you do something silly and it gets overly mocked, so you become, because some people grow up and get treated like the Joker, like to just get made fun of for everything, like, haha, remember that time you were so stupid, haha, remember the time you tripped over that thing, haha, remember the time. So, and because then people would, instead of like, let's say, instead of supporting you, instead of loving you and saying kind things, you would mostly get those kinds of remarks. So you try to minimize that, and it's not because people laughed at you, it's because people didn't build you up. You missed that, I think. But that's just like about this card. So I'm using the Wildcat Tarot cards because they're funny. I have this Page of Pentacles, upside down. Okay, you're afraid of trying stuff. You're afraid of going or making investments, or trying stuff, like showing something. Maybe, like starting a hobby, maybe, or starting a business, because you're so afraid of failing and of people making fun of you, or of making a mess, or give other people just one more reason for them to make fun of you and say like, oh, you were gonna try that, like see how that went. So you only make moves forward when you're absolutely 100% sure, and you'd rather be invisible, because so it really keeps you from living your life, this fear of messing up or making a fool of yourself, kind of, or just failing. And again, that's because there were people around you who, it was like they're waiting for that. It's like to do something stupid, and by doing that, they also like make you believe that you're clumsy, that you are stupid, that you are like a goofball, or that you are somebody who messes up. They made you believe that. That's not who you are. That's just because you were around people who emphasize or put emphasis on that, instead of putting emphasis on the good things you do. you have a support system that when you go for things, instead of supporting you and saying like, come on, we believe it, and getting excited for you, and when you failed and being sad for you, you have people who use humor and ridicule, which, then stops you from doing this. I want to say this kyanite, the stone, is it's like calming, but it's like for when you're dealing with stress or something nerve-wracking. It's really good. It gives you mental clarity. Just thought that matched or something. Maybe you have that sort of thing like anxiety, like panic attacks, or stage fright really badly. Like you'll maybe you do things 90%, then you'll quit, or you just you can't do it, or when you get in front of people you just choke up. Then stop dropping cards. Yeah, so okay, this is defeat card. This is losing. You avoid that. Yeah, you avoid that. Trying to figure out that Six of Pentacles card. Okay. Eight of Wands. You don't go with the flow. You block the flow. I think all the lines are the same color. Okay. Almost getting it, not really. Okay, last cards. Three of Cups. You're lonely. You rather stay alone. Oh, this is one of those important things. Are you an introvert, or are you afraid of being yourself around people? Because if you have this fear, if you're hyper aware of who you are, then being around people is very exhausting, because you're constantly making sure you don't say anything stupid, or people don't get the wrong idea and you're hiding yourself, or maybe you are just overwatching yourself. That's exhausting, so you can't wait to get home and just be yourself. So maybe you think you're just a loner or an introvert, but maybe you just can't be yourself around people very well, which is okay, right? So like being alone then gives you, this is how I see it. It's like usually being around people can be very beneficial, but it drains me. Like I lose energy. So I need to be alone to get energy again. That's how it feels for me. But I did also once recognize that, like, oh, it's not that introvert part, it's more that I just feel uncomfortable around people, and like I can't wait to get out. And that's at one point I got worse. It was like if I was around people and I wanted to go, there was just this tension would go off inside. It's like, get out, I need to get out, I need to get out, I want to go home, I want to go home, I want to go home, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here. And I'm just not enjoying myself then. And then you want to go home, and then people are like, but no, stay, you're getting away so early, blah, blah, blah. And took me a while, but after a while, after a little bit of time, I stopped caring about people saying that, because they always say that. It's like, and I just, no, I'm gonna go home. I want to go home. It was nice. I like you. I want to go home. That's your right? That's, you are allowed to do what you want to do. And when you build that trust with yourself, that you get yourself out of situations when you want to go, that's how I got more social again. It's like, I'm gonna go meet these people, and after 10 minutes, if I want to go home, I go home, okay? Also tell people when I meet them, I want short meetings. I like meeting people when it's short, sweet, like let's get a coffee, let's have a little talk, bye. You know, and it doesn't mean that it can't last longer, but if I have that, it just reduces the stress and anxiety, and allows me to relax more and not be so worried about being stuck. But that's maybe a sidetrack. Nightmares and the moon. Stay up a lot at night. You don't sleep much. I think because you have that problem where, because in the day, let's say you're at a job, and then in the evening you're maybe still around people or your family. Only when you are in the nighttime you can be yourself, when you're all alone, when everybody's asleep. So you have to catch up on that time. It's because it's only then you get to be yourself and you get to relax. And then you can do things that you want to do. So you have to wait all day until you can be yourself, and then you have to catch up in the night. So probably that's why you are sleeping very late, or it makes you feel bad. But maybe you also have nightmares. No, I just think this is worrying, over worrying. Also, this, I think, when you're very ruminate a lot and you're stressed a lot, you lose so much time in worrying, and you have to get that time back for yourself. Okay, because then you feel like, oh, now I've just done a whole day of worrying and being stressed. You can't go to bed like that. If you try to sleep like that, you're probably gonna lie awake and feel like shit, or wake up and feel like life doesn't matter, because you're missing fun time and you're missing you time. So I think you're just becoming aware of this helps a lot, guys. Like, just knowing that, like, oh, that's why I need this time. That's why I stay up until 4 a.m. Start respecting that. That's valuable time. That's probably the most valuable time of the entire day. Okay? Yes, you're going to bed late and you're tired in the morning, but you need it. And start becoming wiser in taking that time for yourself. So instead of starting it at 12 a.m., you say, like, from now on, I'm just going to go to my room at 9 or 8 after dinner and don't talk to me. It's me time. Something like that. Yeah. And yeah, maybe the stone, like, to stop you from, like, going for stuff and then, like, pulling back. I see, like somebody wants to jump off this cliff and then, like, in the water, and, like, running, and stop, no, don't do it. Yeah, I think you gave up a lot of opportunities when you were young as well, out of a sort of, like, no, like, because instead of seeing the positive, instead of seeing the opportunity, you just saw that this would be a big chance for you to, like, make a fool of yourself or do something wrong, or mess it up again, See how messed up that is, that you think like that? Instead of thinking, oh, that could be fun, you're saying, like, oh, but I could also, like, feel bad there, or get stuck, and then like, because it could go bad and I could do something, like, you just avoid responsibility. And that is not healthy in the long run, because you're saying no to everything, and you should be choosing responsibility. You should be saying, like, that's where I want to have responsibility, or that's what I want to take up, because you're gonna have responsibility anyways, and the trick is choosing that. Teal Swan taught me that. Go listen to Teal Swan, really. You need her. She's like very good at this stuff. Teal Swan. Teal Swan. Like the animal. Shadow work. She's very good. She taught me also that about the introverts, like, are you an introvert, or do you have trouble being yourself? I was like, ew. Confrontation. Okay, group 2. Good talk. Yeah, this takes a while. This is a long road, but the beginning really is by valuing the time for yourself, putting that first place. If you feel uncomfortable somewhere, get out. If you're hanging with friends and you just feel like you don't want to be there, get out. You know what I mean? And start thinking that instead of, like, oh, this could go wrong or I could fail again, start thinking, I could win. This could work. Life can happen this way, because really you're stopping life from happening. Think of that Sia song, like, I'm free to be the greatest I'm alive. You're free to be the greatest person alive as well, You are not that clumsy person that messed up that they made you believe you are. Nobody gets born like that. Nobody has that in their default settings, okay? That's because parents or our surroundings choose and pick what aspects they're going to give attention and what aspects they won't give attention. That's what you think you are. But that's just a selection that wasn't made. It wasn't even made by you. Thank you, group 2. I need a break. Bye. Hello, group 3. Crystal quartz peoples. How are we? Look at the card. I thought it came up already. 9 of the Cluvios. It says the lines are parallel. No, they're not. No, they're not. These cards can claim whatever. Where's my... Realize all the time we wasted. Realize all the pain we face. And please pour a cup of feminine life fiction. Where are my tools? God damn it. Thank you. Find your phone. Let me check this. See, they're not. What the fuck is this thing today? Lines are parallel. But they're not. We're being lied to, guys. Well, maybe it means these, like, it's a bit closer, because these are separate lines. But yeah. Oh, maybe, okay. Maybe the illusion is that you would see one line and there are parallel lines. Okay, that's less impressive. Okay, what's the other card? It was upside down, and then the other card was this card. 2 of Wands. Pens are exactly the same size and shape. This one is cooler. But we're gonna check again. Okay, yeah, this one's right. But anyways, it was also upside down, right? So I'm thinking you are in things are not equal. Things are not the same size and shape for you. There is an inequality. There is an unfairness. You are in a shitty situation, but mostly I'm getting your in a way that people are making you think that it's the same. So I'm thinking of you talking about problems you're having and people saying, oh yeah, I have the same. I know that. And acting like you're talking about the same thing, sort of. Or you, let's say about money of your work, and you say like, I'm not making enough money. And then they're trying to convince you that you're getting the same money as everybody, that they're treating everybody fair, and that they're getting the same benefits as you are. While that's a lie, something like that. So, and then, okay, this is for me is also like worries and nightmares, and people are trying to gaslight you. They're trying to, you're worried about something, or it causes you grief, and then people are trying to like tell you that you shouldn't have that that's invalid, that you're crying about nothing, or you're like that when or you're always complaining, or you're seeing things, or anyways, they're deflecting. So you're in a situation where you are right in your instincts, but people are trying to make you think that it's not the case. So you stop defending yourself and you start doubting yourself. Because this would be like you sort of standing up for yourself. And it's not. Yeah, so that's what's going on over there. So that's an important part of that will make you depressed, when people are invalidating you or your ideas and make you doubt yourself. Because one of the situations where after a long time, or you were like, I knew it all along. Like Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. I need to think about this, but two sevens. So Seven of Pentacles is looking at, it's counting what you have. And Seven of Swords is not, okay. You need to, group 3, to get out of this depressed feeling. You need to do the math. Don't believe people. Just start, like counting your money, yeah. Okay, this was for myself actually. Don't just take things lying down. Like let's say you get, you don't get as much money as you thought on your account, and you sort of go like, probably that's the right amount. Probably I was just hoping for more, and probably I was wrong. And when you talk about it at your work, they say like, no, that was right, like whatever. No, you need to actually go over the numbers. Take a pen, take paper, take your how do you say that in English? Your paycheck, paper, and start calculating. Start checking everything. Okay, you're going to double check everything. You are not just going to run away with that idea of like, that's it. Then I'll make the best of a bad situation. No, you need to not take it like that. When you get something and you're disappointed in it, and you have that feeling of like, that should be more like, or that doesn't feel right. Say that, don't take it. And I've made that mistake last month, and I learned from it. I trusted somebody in thinking that they would just be honest in what they would give me for money. And then in the end, I realized I was like, oh my God, I was so stupid. I just let somebody, take advantage of me, because I just assume that what I get is right, and that or I'm too scared in the moment to make a stand, because okay, and this is another actual to recognize when this is going on. When you say, hey, this doesn't feel right, and people immediately sort of attack you for that, or don't listen to that, they just talk over that, that's a sign that they are tricking you. Okay? Because when you have somebody honest and you share your concern, they have nothing to hide. So they will probably hear you out and look at what you look like. Oh, maybe it's right. Maybe let's check that. When somebody then says like, "Are you saying that you don't trust me? You don't trust me?" Stuff like that, or no. This is just what it is. People always say that, and I know it looks like that, but it's not what it is. No, that's a sign that somebody is actually trying to bamboozle you. Okay, you are being bamboozled. You need to do. You need to check it. Okay, so. You need to. Yeah, like I'm finding the word like like if you're a drug dealer or you're buying drugs and they give you a little baggie and they say it's 1 gram, weigh that shit, okay? Like if you're a recreational drug user, you're losing a lot of money. I'm speaking from experience. Buy a scale, or just like stay woke, like, and also with that job thing, like make the calculations yourself. You have no idea how many times they actually did make a mistake, and they're not checking it because they're just giving you the brush off answer. No, everything's fine. We checked everything instead of actually double checking it. So you need to do that for yourself, and because people are greedy. Okay, so they'll take where they can get, and if you're not guarding, like everything, you'll get little bits like piranhas. Um, yeah, you need to become a lot more, and you need to know that that is allowed, that you're allowed to be difficult about this, that you're allowed to, when you're making a deal, you're allowed to make sure that what you're getting is what you're paying for. That's your right. Okay, so if you do that, if people make you feel like, oh my god, like, are you gonna be this annoying or mean, or are you also this difficult, and this is really annoying that we have to do this again. Don't trust those people. Normal people will say, like, of course, and I understand you. Like, if you're buying a house, you want to check out if it's in order, right? So if somebody makes a big deal about that, if you're like, oh, I want to get the house checked, and they're like, oh, I don't have time for that, and like, I can't, come on, you can see that everything is fine. Like, what's the problem? They have leaky basements. They have holes in their roof. They have molds. Never trust the person that is trying to rush you. Never. Oh God, and I make that mistake so many times because I'm usually lazy. I just want the person to go away and the situation to be over with. I don't want it. I don't want it to be a thing or a to do. And it gets me every time. It's my coward way out. It's sort of, and also because I think I have a little bit of this built-in idea that it's probably my mistake. It's probably because I have this pessimism of thinking that it could actually be better than I'm getting. I just sort of feel like it's something I was also learned, like when I would think, when I was also thought, I mean, in my childhood, when I would think like, hey, I think I'm supposed to get more, my parents or my dad would react like, yeah, you probably think you should get more. You're like, yeah, that's what you would think. We would all be so lucky. See, like not taking it even seriously. And oftentimes I was right, and he would then say, oh, you were right. But the it sort of builds in this, like, I'll keep my mouth shut and check it later, and then, oh yeah, I was fucked over. Uh, you just yeah. Um, you're feeling depressed and bad because you're not getting this. You're being treated unfairly, and it is happening, and you need to to get a handle on it. Like I think it could be. Doesn't mean that people are actually trying to be evil to you. I think it means that you have this lack, this. You're trying to be too nice or too kind, and people taking advantage of it, or they're taking advantage of the fact that you are a bit sloppy, or I don't know, something like this. And again, it's not that they're taking deliberate advantage of you. It's just that people are like, oh, like when I can see that I can get away with something, it sort of becomes okay because you didn't say anything, so I just keep doing it. Because you actually then train people to take advantage of you because you put yourself in that position. You're like, I'm not gonna bother. But then you're surprised in the end that people actually would try this shit, and they do. And you need, this is a main thing. This is really important for you guys because this is going to. These are little things, little details that is going to up your what you're getting and how people are treating you incredibly. Okay, so figure this out. Like, where are you not being sharp enough? Where are you not Start there. Check your receipts at the register in the store. When you pay for your groceries, ask for the receipt. Go over it. Stupid habit, but you need to get in that mode. Not just I don't need a receipt. That's bad for paper. Also, something I don't do because I have like I'm slow with math, so it takes me a long time. So I'll give 50. I give money and then the change, and I don't check it. I just like, oh yeah, that would be right. And it's like, it probably is right. And I don't check it. And a couple of times where I did, because you get money back and I didn't calculate it, but something is going like, this doesn't feel right. But then I would freeze instead of just like, whoa, let me stand here and count this until I'm sure that what I got back is right. I just want to get out of the situation. I feel like I'm holding people up and I'm making a fuss and I'm being slow, and then I'm going even slower, like calculating. Yeah, that's bad. That's like being embarrassed for standing up for yourself or something. Check the receipts, okay? Check the receipts. That's my advice for you. You have to make things transparent. You have to make sure that you understand what you're getting and why you're getting it. Okay? So if you're getting less money than you thought you would, you need to understand why. You need to know. Don't just let it be, oh, I guess that's what it is. No. Go check where you made an error in your expectations. Okay? You need to understand. Don't just you need to take control. Get a grip on things. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Pill break. Bye. Yo, group 4. Let's look at your card. Okay, outside. It's a good song, like that song, like Ape Shit. But then, like what you're saying about them coming out again, I was like, like people, it has that thing of like, if you have to tell people you're that cool, like, be cooler. I don't know. Good song. Your cars, my babies. Never said that before. I'm sorry, babies, my babies. Okay, what is this? This is a weird card. Like this, you can see a face, like these shadows, and I think the trick is like this. You kind of see a face, you kind of see an outlining of something, but when you look at the center, it sort of becomes all white. You just see it all evens out. Yeah. You don't see those shapes anymore. Your brain puts a nice little blur on there. Dating card for me. I don't know, like, and then it's 10 of Pentacles. It says the diamonds are the same red, but I'm like, yeah, they are. It's upside down. Okay. I'm lost. The world. It has to do with connection. That's something your connection to people. This is like maybe you don't see any opportunities. You don't see anybody to date, or you feel like you are not seen. You feel like you're not in the same like class, maybe, or you're invisible to the people you want to be. I need some cat cards here. The Tower, the Hermit, the Devil, Three of Swords, upside down, and the Four of Wands. What? You are trying not to be seen? What is this? I'm lost. I'm lost. I'm lost. Panicking. The world. The world. The world. The world. The world. Oh, fuck! I don't know what this is. Your something failed. You're depressed because your plan failed, or your career plan. Because this is more like a career, like your enterprise. This could be an upside down, then like could signify career being derailed, or you don't. Let's say you start a business and it failed. It could also be a relationship. It could also be just what you were trying to build failed. You you're afraid of being alone. You're afraid of being alone, but then you're also uh, you feel very lost because of this. Just something happened. Something like this tower is something crumbled. And then this hermit card upside down. I'm thinking you are afraid of being alone or being left behind. Yeah, I think you're afraid of because now that this thing failed, you don't have anything to. Uh, like let's say when you would introduce yourself to people, this was a big thing that you would say like, "Oh, I do this thing. It's my passion," or it's like gave you a lot of confidence, and also it gave you it was your part of your image, your identity. Um, I don't know how I got to that thought, but then I have this devil card. Um, so something to do with ego here, something to do with that confidence that you're. And it's not a bad thing. It's like with ego, we all have ego problems. When I felt it when for a little while, I stopped working, even though I knew that it's not because I don't work or I'm not helping people. I'm still important. I still have value. I don't need to prove my value. I knew that, and yet I felt it. I felt like this lack of uh, like I felt like I wasn't uh, useful, or what's the point of me or something, or I felt like I just had nothing to show for myself, like I was a loser or something, or missing purpose. And that's what you're struggling with right now. I think you're making yourself feel really bad, and that's your ego. Your ego is trying to push this failing in your face because it's so afraid that that your ego really wants you to have something to show for yourself. So your ego is really obsessed about this because it thinks that, and this is what it thinks. It thinks that it will. If you don't have this, you will be alone. You won't have value, so people won't invest in you. And that's all it is in the end. Is that our ego is so afraid of being alone, and that's normal. That's a built-in drive with people and all mammals, all animals um, that have the midbrain. Um, that's that. The midbrain was first before our prefrontal cortex. So when we feel something, that is the original information. When we think in words in our brain, that's already a translation. It's like a heavy computer you have. So instinctively, you're trying to. I think that's why you don't want to be alone, because then you feel it that you're maybe invisible, you don't matter, your life has no purpose. What's the point of view? Something like that. Okay, so there's this double aspect. Like you're not, you're you're hiding your pain. You're hiding your pain. You don't want to be alone because you don't want to feel the hurt. You're avoiding that. And I think also because you're extra aware of your character. So you know that you're already, you don't have, like, this failed. So you don't want to be also the mopey person or cry about it and show people how bad you're doing. So you're trying to hide it. But this, my friends, that has you by the balls. That's the devil. The devil keeps you stuck. The devil is anything that keeps you in the exact same place, not moving forward. And this is stopping you from moving forward. And this is also stopping you from making connections, from connecting with somebody. And I feel there is an important connection that you are supposed to be making right now. And I also feel like this connection is supposed to happen after this failure, because you are going to connect with this person through this experience. You are going to heal each other in this. And also, you're going to see that even when you fail, people see you. And people don't think, oh, that's that failure. No, they think, wow, that's a person who's gone through something. That's a person with experience. And most of the time, people are going to see, oh, somebody like me who fucked up, who messed up, who lost. It's your connection with the world. Your failure is your connection with the world. Talking about this, showing this, crying, that is your ultimate connection with the world, and you're locked out now. You're invisible. And that's what is going wrong. You're trying to keep the connection with the world by not showing your hurt and by not showing your failures. By hiding the parts that you think are ugly or that will make people judge you. And it's exactly those parts that will connect you with other people and make you feel closer to the world. And you need to understand is that you're not, your failure or your failures do not diminish you in any way. They make you more dangerous. They make you stronger. They make you sharper. They make you better, more interesting. There's that poem that is exactly about this. There was a song about. I can't think of the song, but the poem is by Khalil Gibran. Maybe we should read it. I have some time in this reading, and it says all you need to know. Khalil. My Defeat, it's called. What was that song? Oh, yeah, Ramen and OJ. He also raps it in the yes. Bitch, I'm dangerous. Defeat. So I'm just going to read that first, okay? Defeat, my solitude and my aloofness. You are dearer to me than 1,000 triumphs and sweeter to my heart than all world glory. Defeat, my self-knowledge and my defiance. Through you, I know that I'm not yet young and swift of foot. No. Through you, I know that I'm not yet young and swift of foot, and not to be trapped by withering laurels. And in you I have found aloneness, and the joy of being shunned and scorned. Defeat, my shining sword and shield. In your eyes I have read that to be enthroned is to be enslaved. and to be understood is to be leveled down, and to be grasped is to reach one's fullness. And to be grasped is but to reach one's fullness, and like a ripe fruit to fall and be consumed. Defeat, my bold companion. You shall hear my songs and my cries and my silences, and none but you shall speak to me of me. No, none of you shall speak to me of the beating of wings and urging of seas and of mountains that burn in the night, and you alone shall climb my steep and rocky soul. Defeat, my deathless courage. You and I shall laugh together with the storm, and together we shall dig graves for all that die in us, and we shall stand in the sun with a will, and we shall be dangerous. So yeah, that says it all. I usually read it in Dutch, so I was reading in English. Enthroned, is that right? Enthroned. You shall hear my songs and my cries and my silences, and none but you shall speak to me of the beating of wings and urging of seas and of mountains that burn in the night, and you alone shall climb my steep and rocky soul. Defeat, my deathless courage. You and I shall laugh together with the storm, and together we shall dig graves for all that die in us, and we shall stand in the sun with a will, and we shall be dangerous. That one line always moved me. Like, together we shall dig graves for all that die in us. It's like, loss is something like letting go of parts of yourself. That's like, I always experienced that in myself like that. Like I'm losing a friend and there's nobody else there. Like, just like me saying goodbye. It's a very solitary process. That's why you need this alone time. You can't do this with other people. They cannot honor the parts of you that you lose. Only you can do that. Only you can recognize how important this thing was, and that part of you worked so hard for that, and that tried so hard, and that it got you so far, and it's hard to let that go. And you need to honor that, and don't let other people weigh in on that, because they will dishonor it. Like, you need to give it the highest honor. So don't let other people even try to grasp it. They will never. The world inside of you, it's only for you. Only you can see that glory, and only you can see that the beauty. And trying to make other people see it is only going to make you feel maybe it's not that special. Not good. Wow. Okay, group 4. Thank you for listening. Have a nice evening, day, morning. I don't know. Bye.